Hey everybody, welcome to my second video review. I got some good feedback from my previous ones of Vegas Land and Skeleton Squad. I decided, you know what the heck, I think I'll do this on a regular basis, so you get to see my shining face on YouTube all the time now. Aren't you happy about that? I've decided for my reviews, I like to keep things more to indie films and films that have either, one, fallen off the radar and people should be paying attention to, or two, never made it to the radar and people should be paying attention to as well. I'm only going to be talking about films, not movies. There's a distinct difference. Trust me, you know what I'm talking about when you see some of the films that I'll be reviewing. For the most part, there's going to be serious things, given in the most serious tone as possible. Unfortunately, I lost the opening footage to this video. This video was supposed to be out weeks ago, and someone taped over my video. That someone was me. I did it for a school project, and so now I'm kind of screwed. So I'm reshooting this here. You're seeing the new intro. It's all live and off the cuff. Basically, I've made every effort to make the transition from this new intro to the old information as seamless as possible. Okay, I've worn the same clothes. I did my hair the same. I mean, everything that I could possibly do. So hopefully you won't even notice when the edit point comes. Okay? So, here we go. Today's movie, we're going to be talking about Se7en. Now, Se7en is a movie that came out in the mid-90s starring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, which seemed as an unlikely pair, but in fact turned out to be a great duo. It's a great movie, it's a great detective story, and it's definitely one of those movies that was big when it came out, and then it's kind of fallen off the radar. People all of a sudden just don't seem to talk about it very much anymore, and I'd like to draw attention to it again. So I'd really like to focus basically on why you should see Se7en and why it is a fantastic film. Edit point! So to give you a basic plot synopsis, Se7en is about a series of murders which all encompass these 7 deadly sins. The victims are accused of these 7 deadly sins. And the 7 deadly sins, of course, are as follows: gluttony, greed, sloth, envy, wrath, pride, lust. Personal favorite. So basically, Morgan Freeman is a retiring detective, and Brad Pitt is his replacement. I know what you're thinking. Oh, great, another old cop versus new cop thing, you know, old streets versus new streets and everything else like that. I thought the exact same thing when it started. But the two of them have such a fantastic chemistry with one another. I don't even know how to describe it. They just play off each other so well. You have Brad Pitt, who is just, you know, very much new street, and, you know, it's just, you know, loud and obnoxious. Well, not obnoxious, but, you know, lots of language and everything else like that. No apologies for anybody. Then you have Morgan Freeman, and Morgan Freeman has always been one of my favorite actors. He just brings a sense of pride and class to his roles. But his character is the retiring detective, and he is very much cool, collected. He questions a lot, and he looks at things from various points of view, many of which are not looked too boldly upon by the police department, but he doesn't care. He makes no apologies for his questions. Probably one of the strangest things about this movie is that you hear Morgan Freeman use the F word twice. It was weird, I know, because it's kind of like, you know, God, you know, dropping an F-bomb, which, you know, how many of us expect that to happen?
They did in Constantine.
Okay, seriously, if one more person interrupts me while I'm recording, I swear to God, I'm gonna lose it.
But it was an illusion.
I'm gonna lose it.
Constantine.
I'm gonna lose it. Why? Why does this happen? Why does this keep happening?
In
We leave? Leave!
Constantine,
Constantine was a sucky movie. That's right, I hated Constantine too.
In Constantine, they dropped an F-bomb twice. And it was a saint. That's, it's kind of like God. In Constantine.
Anytime you'd like to leave would be great. I swear, Dad last week, brother this week, what's next? It's ridiculous. I can't get anything done. So they're brought together by a single murder, which is immediately followed by another. Completely unrelated, no connection whatsoever, except there is the word gluttony written on the wall in the first one, and the word greed written on the floor in blood in the second one. And sure enough, 2 plus 2 is 7 in this case. And so it goes. It follows a very unique storyline. It's definitely a classic crime movie. here's the bad guy, and here's the good guy, and the good guys are trying to figure out how to get the bad guys and everything else like that. But it follows, the story just captures you. Just in the way that it reveals information, the way that you find out more about the characters, more about Brad Pitt's character, more about Morgan Freeman's character. They both offer so much, and the dialogue is fantastic because you get to hear two very differing opinions about the way the world works and about the way you handle certain situations. And unlike many movies where they do the old school versus new school kids, again with the 90s slang, I can't knock it off, they instead decide to keep it more of, here's their viewpoints, but neither one is really going to budge to agree entirely with the other. And they learn to compromise, and overall it just works out very, very well. Seriously, man, leave! We're going to move on to what I did in my last video and talk about certain things, such as like sets and costume design. I'm going to put them together this time, just for the sake of time. Both are very well done. Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, of course, stand out as their characters. The costume designs on each are fantastic. Morgan Freeman is always walking around in some sort of suit or some sort of trench coat. He has a cool hat. Hats are awesome. Brad Pitt is definitely dressed more, a lot more casual, a lot more street detective, I guess you could say. I don't know a whole lot about fashion. I mean, look at me, for God's sakes. I'm wearing a white t-shirt and a blue shirt over that. I am so original. Yeah. So overall, I highly recommend Se7en, if you have the stomach for it. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen visually, as far as the way it affects your senses, as it were. But it is a very strong movie. It's definitely not for those with weak constitutions, as it were. Kind of like our own. Social commentary. If you can handle it, it's really a great story, and it's something that shouldn't be missed. So definitely check it out. You can probably go anywhere and find it. I mean, go to Walmart, you'll find it in the $5 bin, which is unfortunate because a movie this good and shouldn't be in there. But what are you gonna do? Mainstream dictates, and mainstream sucks. So now, of course, I got a lot of feedback regarding my rant about bicycle cops, and so I thought maybe I might try to throw in a rant at the end of every one of these video reviews today. And since I spoke of Walmart just a few moments ago, I'm going to stick to that. So here we go. Rant time! Why do people find it necessary to walk around in the aisles and block the entire lane with just two bodies? It's Walmart. You don't browse at Walmart. Who browses at Walmart? You go in, you get your crap, you leave. It's that simple. You don't have to stand around saying, "Oh, Mom, check this out," or, "Hey, do you need this for school?" "Oh yeah, Mom, I would love a collector's edition spatula set." I mean, give me a break. All you gotta do is walk in, single file, with a purpose. Walk with a purpose, people. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Alright, if you people slow me down one more time, I swear to God, I'm gonna have to do something, and I can't even begin to express myself. It's just, it's done. I can't even express myself.